Alafia, welcome to the Power of You. This is Yeyefini Efunbolade, director of the Yeyefini.com, president of Yeyefini.com, director of International Institute of African Studies and Knowledge, Inc. Today, we are here speaking about the power of forgiveness. During the time that, in this time where there's so many distractions going on around us, and it's always existed. Distractions have always existed because that's the way that we have the positive and negative, the inside and the out. And so this is during this time of olokun, or healing deep within. I wanted to take this opportunity for us to reflect and reminding ourselves sometimes that we get so involved with what's happening right now to us, and we forget that some of the things that are happening to us are reflections of where it is that we're coming from. You know, over the years, if you followed me on social media, you know that we come from the Yoruba belief that we choose our children. I mean, we choose our parents. And we choose our parents because of the experience that we know we need to evolve. Sometimes it's to finish karmic debts. Also, it's for us to awaken in a new understanding, a new way of life. So you may choose to be born in another country and born with another language skill, whatever it is that you're moving through. It's so that you can evolve. And so today I wanted to share with you the importance of forgiveness, because during this time of olokun that we are sometimes triggered by some of the external things that are happening to us that are rubbing us wrong. Because in this culture that we are living in, as children, we are not given the opportunity to be heard and to be seen as often as we could, because some of the things that are, one of the things that's holding us from really embracing ourselves, embracing our children, is of course the fact that we are not in community. Traditionally, and when I'm saying traditional, all traditions, wherever we're from, we always get the support of who we are to become from where we came from. So community is very important. We look at the elders as to that's somebody, someplace, and some way that I want to do and make an impact on our life. So you're looking towards either someone that is like a light to you, a light of hope, or an inspiration, or historical figure or something, but it all has to do with the community or the coming together of using what it is that we come from, where it is that we're about to go, to be able to, so this is where we came from. And so today I wanted to read from and share from my book, The Meaningful Monday, that you can get on my Yeyefini.com website. And you will be able to get this book. Today, I'm speaking about respecting our parents and looking at our parents as something that we signed up for. They signed up for. We all made an agreement. However, if you're coming in, you made the agreement. So let me read from my book, The Meaningful Mondays. And this is a book that I wrote. That was my second book. This is a book that I wrote during a time that I had started on Blog Talk doing a lot of work every Monday. I would call it Meaningful Mondays, and I would give ideas, suggestions, things that I was going through, and reflection, and using some of the rituals, sharing some of the rituals and ideas that I had that perhaps have brought me some clarity. So today I wanted to talk about in this book, if you get it, it's a very good investment on forgiveness and forgiving the parents. The deepest pain a parent has is not when we are disrespected, but when we are disregarded. Parents make sacrifices, survive unbelievable odds, make choices that put them in harm's way, and sometimes suffer irreparable damage to their body, mind, and spirit. If you're a parent, you know of that. If you are alive, you know that your parents have suffered and have done, not suffered, but they have made some sacrifices in making sure that you are who you are. Some of the shame, selflessness, and secrets that parents experience in the process of parenting are payment that is due to them from the world and their children. The pain cuts deep when a child becomes an adult and is selfish, self-absorbed, manipulative, bitter, and unresolved, of their child-parent relationship issues. Because we all come back and we're using the choices that we make as parents. We make those choices to grow and we forget. And so we develop this parent-child relationship. Most parent-child relationships are good, are basic, surrounding the love of a parent wanting for you to be more than they were or to be as good as they are. So depending, but all relationships means the rubbing of one idea to another idea or one person to another person and trying to find a place where we can meet, where we can fit. And so in parent relationship, there's always going to be a challenge between parents and their children because we're all coming from parents. So some of the selfishness in that is because due to the world, some of the shame, the selfishness, and secrets that parents experience in the process of parenting are payment that is due to them from the world. We owe them. We owe them because I know there was a thing the other day that a man was suing his mother because he said he didn't sign up to be living with her. That's a lack of understanding. Cultural beliefs was the difference in that, is that I'm like, okay, so they had you. Be grateful that you're alive. And if you're going to thrive in this world, you have to give due where due is due. So that I didn't understand. So the pain the parent received from their children is what they inflicted on their own parent. Let me say that again. The pain that parents receive from their children is what they inflicted on their own parents. This issue will not be resolved until the parent recognizes themselves in their own parent-child relationship issues. Sometimes we're busy thinking that our children are selfish and self-centered. And when we look back at how old are these children, look back at where we were in our life at that age. And we can see where in some cases it was from peer pressure, lack of development, not having the right words to say, or just having some type of traumatic situation where no one was speaking. People were not reacting. And so in that aspect, the parents are what would be beneficial if we as parents, we as adults, look back at the parent relationship that we have and try to resolve that. Try to find how is it this child pairing out is reflecting something like me. That's why sometimes you can look at your child and says, oh my God, is that me? Yes, that's you in another time. And the thing of it is, the beauty of it is if you can look at it in a way that you can not to beat up on yourself, but to check yourself to say, wow, maybe that is me. Maybe I can give the wisdom of where I am now and try to understand where they are coming from. Or if not, just let me deal with some of my pain, my resolved issues that maybe I lash out, I'm not there physically, spiritually, emotionally for them. So the pain is coming from something that the parent themselves perhaps have gone through and don't know how to deal with that particular situation. It doesn't matter what race, what creed, what level of education. It's always about trying to fit into a framework that each generation comes and does different. And in trying to adjust to that, sometimes there is friction. Most of the time there is friction and there's pain. On this meaningful Monday of our lives, let's ask for forgiveness of our parents for the damage, disregard, and disrespect we inflicted upon them. So this is a time for us to just ask our parents to forgive us. I know I've had to do that because some things that I did to my mother that after I had children, I had to, and some of it took me a while for me to acknowledge that, you know what? Wow, she's not that bad. Look at what she's coming from. Listen to her backstory. Try to understand why is it that she is who she is? Why is it that perhaps there are things that she said and did to you were just a reaction to what she thought was her best? And maybe that best was not enough for you. But looking back, I had to really ask myself, well, was it that bad? It was, in that looking at it from what I thought I wanted and what I needed. And because you're always looking at someone else, you're making a comparison sometimes of another family that you wish you were like that. But then you don't really know the intricate parts as to why those people are where they are. So in looking back and asking our parents, it is a good time for forgiveness of our parents for the damage, the disregard, and disrespect we inflicted upon them. If they're still alive, tell them right now. Call, go visit, or write them a letter. If your parents have passed on, light a candle and place a glass of water down for them and for you. So you put that glass of water there and you say, I am so grateful that I had the honor of using your body to come here. I am so sorry. Please, I ask your forgiveness for the time that I did X, Y, and Z. And you go into details because that's the way you're going to heal, is you have to face it again. And you ask for the forgiveness of the things that you did that you know it hurt them. And it caused them to really feel unappreciated. And so you're saying that to them, but you're actually clearing the karma for you. Because as you're asking for that forgiveness, what you're doing is allowing yourself to know that you're a forgiving person. And that's the smile. That's what you get, the grace of God. And so if they're not, so begin to write them and tell them how you feel if they're still here. I mean, if they're not here, write down the letter. When this very sincere, apologetic letter is finished, leave it under the candle and leave it there for 3 days. Then do with it what your spirit directs you to do. So if the spirit directs you to keep it and periodically read it, that's fine. Or if it says, if the letter that was so specific, if it was a lot of pain in it and you don't want to rehash it, then you can tear it up and you can burn it. You can flush it. You can put it in water, anywhere that you know is going to be recycled. Or like I said, you could just keep it and read it periodically. The most important thing on this day, on this meaningful Monday, on this power of you, is to remember that you have the power to change the perception of who you know you want to be. By looking back at what you did in the past, that's good. Hindsight. But in order for you to move forward, then looking at it as a reflection of what it is, I don't want to do that again. I don't want my children to do that to me. Let me start today changing that narrative in my mind and doing the thing that is necessary. Sometimes what you need is just time to separate from the situation if it's too right up there in your face. So pushing away, stepping away, and taking the time and respecting other people if they decide they need some time from you. Because sometimes the time that they need from you is honoring the fact that they want to be heard and to be seen the next time you have a relationship or you interact. So respect that time. Respect the time that you feel you need, or respect the time that others feel that they need to separate from you if you're in a place where you cannot speak to the forgiveness. You can't write about the forgiveness. You can't think about it. It is too painful. If that is the case, then this is a time for you to go into, just a recommendation here of doing one of the things that we ask in some of the classes have you seen is a method of forgiveness is you get my CD, that's my Yemonja CD, and you can see if the pain is so deep within a parent relationship, child relationship, and you're going to get my meditation on the Yemonja meditation, and you're going to see your mother as your child in the meditation, and you can see the love that you have for this baby. And then the next day, you reverse the role, and you are then the baby, and visualize your mother as the child. Do that with a great big bowl of water and a candle, and you're going to light this, and every day for 21 days before you go to sleep, you visualize that. And in that moment, that's when the energy is going to be shifting, and Yemonja is going to come in and do her magic and bring that healing and bring that compassion and bring that divine energy of love of the umbilical cord that will sever that tension, as well as will allow you to then look back at your own parents, if they're alive or not, and do that ritual, do that service. And in opening that up, you are cleansing yourself of any remorse or anything that you will be holding back. So in the book, I had proverbs from the Bible, as well as proverbs that are apatekizo stories from from Ifa. And so we have in Marinde Logun, Ofung Ejione says, one must seek the unity of the family. So seeking the unity of the family is finding the healing of the parents. And then in the book of Proverbs, Proverbs 6:20 says, my child, guard the commands of your father and do not forsake the instructions of your mother. So in all religious or spiritual practices, we always have guidelines or tools to remind us. So we are saying in this sacred day, let's acknowledge the power of healing our mothers, healing our fathers, healing our parents, because without that, we continue to keep repeating the same sorrow, keep repeating the same sorrow, keep repeating the same sorrow. And in doing so, what we're doing is stopping the world from seeing the beautiful person that you are, and stopping you from seeing the beautiful possibility of having God's love smiling on you. So today, y'all know that I love this book written by Ayoka, that is I Hear Olofi's song. And so we're going to do the prayer for Yemonja, the mother, the divine mother of Yemonja and Oloku. So we're going to say this to Yemonja and Oloku. Let me get this music. Sorry. I want you to take 3 cleansing breaths, breathing in and breathing out, and visualize yourself finding that blue candle. And as you breathe in again, breathing in, you have that blue candle in front of you in your mind's eye, and breathing out. And this third, you're going to actually visualize yourself lighting the candle, breathing in, lighting the candle, and there's a blue light. Allow that blue light to just envelop the entire room that you're sitting in, be it at work, doing your break, be it at home or you're going to sleep. Just visualize that blue light, that halo just around you, allowing Yemonja's energy of healing, the divine mother. Yemonja asesu, asesu Yemonja, Yemonja asesu, asesu Yemonja, Yemonja olodo, olodo Yemonja, Yemonja olodo, olodo iyemi, Yemonja olodo, olodo Yemonja, Yemonja asesu, asesu Yemonja, Yemonja asesu, asesu olodo, Yemonja olodo, olodo Yemonja, Yemonja olodo, olodo Yemonja. Yemonja. It is Yemonja who I call in the morning. It is Yemonja who I call in the night. And yes, it is Yemonja who answers. I pray that Yemonja envelops me and takes me into her bosom to nurture and mother me. Yemonja, with your unconditional and non-judgmental love, take hold of me so I always feel your presence, even when I may forget that you are there. Where I may feel lonely, place your love upon my heart. Please activate your divine consciousness in me every moment so I may have faith in your love. Help me, Yemonja, to transcend my subconscious thoughts that are full of illusions and wash it away with your healing waters so I may feel refreshed. Like the vast waters, allow me to see the vastness and immense abundance of the universe. Wash my head clear so I may create the conditions in my life to support the depth of creativity that you have birthed in me. Let me be a creative vehicle, moving, shifting, transforming, and living a life full of love and harmony. Ashe. Yemonja asesu olodo. Yemonja olodo yemonja. Yemonja olodo yemonja. Yemonja olodo yemonja. Here are some medicines that I will recommend to you as you come out of your meditation. Just take 3 cleansing breaths again and coming back. And just hug yourself as you come back. Take another cleansing breath and squeeze yourself and coming back. And the third one, take another cleansing breath and say, yes. Give yourself permission to open your eyes. And I'm going to give you 3 medicines that you can use during this time. If during the time that you're doing the ceremonies of forgiving the parents, you feel depressed, here is a bath that you could use for depression. And it is, yes, you're going to use an infuser that you use. Put it in an infuser that you have in your house to diffuse the air, the oil. Put it in a diffuser, and you're going to put 4 drops of lavender oil, 4 drops of sage, 2 drops of ylang ylang, 1 drop of marjoram and oil. And you're going to put that in the infuser, light it with water, and if you have it with a candle, then let that go through, permeate the house. There's another one that is for, that was the one for depression. We have one for balancing bath that you can make for yourself to balance you when you're feeling disconnected. It's 30 drops of sandalwood oil, 12 drops of lavender, 2 drops of cedar wood, and 4 ounces of almond oil or sunflower oil. And you're going to put it in there, mix it well, and close it, put it in a dark place in a bottle. And then whenever you're bathing, you take 1 tablespoon of it and put it in your bath water and just submerge. That is for balancing you. And then the meditation oil that you can use for clarity, you could put 2 drops of orange oil and 2 drops of peppermint in a diffuser and allow that to just permeate. That's for clarity of thought. And during this time, this season of colds and pulmonary issues, the flu, this is a good respiratory oil to put in your diffuser. And it's 1 drop of lemon oil, 1 drop of lime oil, 1 drop of peppermint oil, 1 drop of rosemary, and 1 drop of eucalyptus. And you put that in your diffuser, and you're going to let that just be your balm to helping you with challenges that you may have in breathing. So on this day, I want you to know that all that you are seeking is seeking you, and you have the power to be great. Just use your medicine. Use the medicine, use the tools, use the issues, the things that you've been in your life as medicine for you to move into the next you. Thank you. And don't forget, join me at yeyefini.com for my monthly newsletter. Sign up. I put out a newsletter with all types of information, upcoming events, and take this opportunity to spend 3-4 minutes on my website, and you can find how you can have support. There's ORE IIASK, Friends of the Institute, where you are able to come and speak to me anytime you want to, that we have openings, 15 minutes free, as well as the ORE IIASK is a platform where you have classes, ongoing classes, and the classes are in recordings as well. The past classes are there in recordings. And every third Thursday, I am speaking live to teaching a class. And then that following week, we have worship service, and you come live or in person. Every month, we have a different Orisha that we are worshiping and honoring, so that we can find the balance. Some months is the fiery God, some of the earth God, some of the wind, some of water. So have a blessed day. Yeyefini.com. Thank you very much. And follow me on Instagram and all of the social media platforms.